A chilling reality haunts the annals of American crime history. Sometimes, it takes the mind of a killer to catch another killer. Imagine the irony: a notorious serial murderer locked away, yet his insights become the key to unlocking the mysteries behind another string of brutal crimes. This is the unsettling true story of how Ted Bundy, one of America's most infamous serial killers, played a role in helping authorities track down another predator, the Green River Killer. Ted Bundy's name evokes horror and fascination in equal measure. In the 1970s, he terrorized the country, eventually admitting to killing 36 women, though some believe his victim count could have reached 100 or more. Bundy's crimes were marked by cunning, charm, and a chilling lack of remorse, traits that not only helped him evade capture for years, but also made him a unique resource for law enforcement. After being sentenced to death in 1979 and 1980, Bundy found himself on death row in Florida. But while he waited for his fate, another nightmare began to unfold thousands of miles away. In 1982, the quiet communities of Washington state were shattered by the discovery of a series of gruesome murders. The bodies of young women, many of them sex workers or runaways, were turning up along the banks of the Green River. As the body count rose, fear and panic spread through the region. The killer seemed to strike with impunity, leaving few clues and no witnesses. The press dubbed him the Green River Killer, and his spree would eventually become one of the longest and deadliest in American history. The King County Sheriff's Office was desperate for leads. Detectives worked tirelessly, combing through evidence, interviewing survivors, and chasing down every possible tip. Yet the Green River Killer remained a ghost, taunting the police with his ability to disappear into the shadows. As the investigation dragged on, frustration mounted, until someone had a bold idea. Why not consult someone who thought like a killer? Enter Ted Bundy. By the early 1980s, Bundy was notorious not just for his crimes, but for his intelligence and insight into the minds of predators. Though he had every reason to despise law enforcement, Bundy was also a man with a desperate need to remain relevant. A man who saw in the Green River case a chance to assert his expertise and perhaps delay his execution. Detective Dave Reichert, one of the lead investigators on the Green River case, made the decision to reach out to Bundy. The idea was as unconventional as it was controversial. Could a serial killer truly help catch another? Was Bundy's offer of assistance genuine, or was it just another manipulation from a master deceiver? Bundy agreed to meet with detectives. From his cell on death row, he offered chillingly detailed theories about the Green River Killer's methods and motives. He suggested, for example, that the killer was likely returning to the sites where he had left his victims, revisiting the scenes of his crimes to relive the experience or to move the bodies. Bundy knew from his own past that killers often develop rituals, and he advised the investigators to stake out the dumping grounds, hoping to catch the killer returning to the scene. Bundy also encouraged the police to look for seemingly insignificant clues, items left at the sites, patterns in the victims' backgrounds, or changes in the killer's behavior that could signal a shift in his routine. He warned that the Green River Killer would likely be someone who appeared ordinary on the surface, blending seamlessly into the community, just as Bundy himself had done. These insights may seem obvious with the benefit of hindsight, but at the time, Bundy's advice represented a rare glimpse into the dark psychology of a serial predator. Bundy's chilling expertise helped shape the investigation, encouraging detectives to think like the killer they were hunting. Of course, Bundy's involvement was not without controversy. Some believed he was simply toying with the authorities, using the opportunity to relive his own crimes or to manipulate the narrative for his own benefit. Others suspected that Bundy's motives were less about justice and more about prolonging his own life, offering just enough information to keep the authorities coming back for more. Regardless of his motives, Bundy's insights forced detectives to consider new possibilities, broadening the scope of their investigation and influencing the strategies they employed in their hunt for the Green River Killer. The case would continue for years, with the killer remaining elusive despite the best efforts of law enforcement. It wasn't until 2001, nearly 2 decades after the murders began, that advances in DNA technology finally led to a breakthrough. Gary Ridgway, a truck painter and longtime suspect, was arrested and eventually confessed to the murders of 49 women, making him one of the most prolific serial killers in American history. Ridgway's crimes shocked the nation, but his capture marked the end of a reign of terror that had haunted Washington state for years. Looking back, the collaboration between investigators and Ted Bundy stands as a haunting testament to the complexity of criminal investigations. Sometimes, to catch a monster, you must delve into the mind of another. Bundy's involvement in the Green River case remains a controversial chapter in the history of American law enforcement, a reminder that the pursuit of justice can lead to unexpected and deeply unsettling alliances. In the end, the story of Ted Bundy and the Green River Killer is not just a tale of crime and punishment, but a sobering reflection on the nature of evil and the lengths to which we must sometimes go to stop it. It's a reminder that the line between hunter and hunted can be perilously thin, and that in the darkest corners of the human mind, even the most horrific knowledge can sometimes be turned to a higher purpose. As we reflect on this chilling episode in American history, we are left with difficult questions. How far should we go in the pursuit of justice? Can the insights of a killer ever truly be trusted, or do they simply offer another layer of manipulation? For the families of the victims, the answers may offer little comfort, but the truth remains. Sometimes it takes a monster to catch a monster. And in the shadowy corridors of crime and punishment, that is perhaps the most chilling lesson of all.